Ben joins us. What's up, Ben?
Thank you, Mike.
Yes,
for taking
Ben.
my call.
What's happening?
Thank you. Dusting. I'm a 53-year Met fan. My wife, Ray, and I'm 91 years old, and I really, really love listening to your show.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. You an old Brooklyn Dodger fan or a Giant?
I started out as a Brooklyn Dodger fan. My wife, Ray, was a Giants fan, so you can imagine
Right.
how things got in the house.
Who talked to who in 51? Were you together in 51?
We were together. We had our first daughter, Ellen, in 1950, and our son, Howard, in 1954.
Did you talk in 51 after the homer?
We actually had lots of problems in the kitchen for a year or two after that. It was crazy. I was an engineer for years, and when I would bring my son Howard to Shea Stadium, I had to berate him, and I felt so bad because he couldn't keep score. And my wife,
did you teach him how to keep score finally?
He finally we went to the Polo Grounds for the first 2 years.
Right.
Thank you. And then we went to Shea Stadium for the next 9 years and kept following the Mets, of course. And I took him into the city with me. And my wife, Ray, is here. Hello?
Hello, Ray. How are you?
Fine. Hello.
Good, thanks.
He used to berate my son Howard, and I felt so bad for him. But it's so nice to talk to you, Mike.
Were you nice to him when the Giants beat the Dodgers?
I cooked some of this. I cooked the favorite brisket for him. He
Nice.
Brisket for him. He was a little vocal about it, but it was my son who used to take out his frustrations. How did you believe it? And
well, what she's not telling you is how, Mike, we used to, when we would carpool into the city for work,
right,
and I would come home and take the kids to the Mets games,
right,
and I would bring my recorder in, and we would record our family trips to Shea Stadium.
Really?
I would bring the microphone in, and I would do the dusting, and the kids would love it. Howard would love it, and Ray was great with me.
And he did one thing he did with me that was so cute was when our 20th anniversary was after the Jim Bunning game, and it was a bad day for the Mets, but it was a super day for us, and we met some of those Phillies when we were out in the parking lot.
Really?
When we met some of the Mets.
Who's your favorite Dodger?
My favorite Dodger was Carl Furillo.
My favorite Giant, because we both were, my favorite Giant, if you could believe it, was Sal Yavars. Sal
Yavars?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, and what Met you like now?
My favorite Met right now is not just Daniel Murphy right now, but I really love I really love the shortstop, the one who was crying. Was that
Wilmer Flores? My favorite Met of all time was Howard Johnson. I liked Howard.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, enjoy the games very much. Thank you. I don't know if that was a legitimate call. I was trying to figure out if that was a legitimate call or that was Mike Mayapak. I don't know which one it was. I couldn't tell. I was trying to figure it out. They did it, but he knew Sal Yavars. I was like, he did his homework. Mike usually slips up on stuff like that. So I don't know if that was a real call or not. Because the lady was kind of fake, so the lady didn't work. Once he went to the lady, I knew it was a phony call. So, but the original call was pretty good. But unfortunately, I think, folks, that was a put on call. But, we know who it is. So, we let it go because it's, the lunatic Mike and Mayapak is who's doing it. So that's why we let it go. So, but. But he actually had Sal Yavars, which, you got to give him credit. At least he didn't, draw a blank. He called Furillo, Sal Yavars. Does his work. Extensive.
His homework.
But, she came on the phone too quickly. Okay? Way too quickly. Plus, if you notice, they didn't talk at the same time. If you notice. So they didn't talk over each other. So, that was kind of interesting. But it was pretty well done. Yeah, I got to admit, it was pretty well done. And I think people are probably thinking, boy, that's a charming call. It wasn't legitimate. So.
And it's original.
Yes, it's a really bizarre way to get on the radio. It really is. You know that? I mean, just shows you the depths of he will go to. I mean, into coming up with that. Except there was a lot of Susan in impersonation in the lady, if you were listening. You know,
that was the giveaway.
Yeah, it had a lot of Susan in it. It really did.